Here we are, Okaloochee State Forest. Headed back in here to find us a campsite. Probably 100 miles, maybe an hour and 15 minutes north of the Everglades. So, thought before we made it that far south, we would look at some of the other things over here in South Florida. We're making our way back in State Forest. There's a picnic area. Change of plans. Next stop, Highway 41, Midway Campground. It's an hour and 20 minutes away. Let's see what happens, folks.
As you can see from the beginning of the video, Pat's Fan and NC, myself, have made it to the Everglades. This is just part of our trip south to the tip of South Florida. We're going to spend a few days camping in the Everglades, seeing the sights, and enjoying the incredible beauty of it. But the biggest thing was to get away from the weather here in western North Carolina and go enjoy some sunny South Florida weather, because it was incredibly warm. On our way south, we got to stop and visit with some dear friends and some family members. Got to visit with a couple of Marines that I served with many years ago. We stumbled across a Solomon's Castle, a pretty interesting find. If you're ever down that way, look it up. It's kind of interesting what this artist has done. We stumbled into Everglades City when it was 90 degrees and a seafood festival. We stumbled into Chokoloskee, a little island town, the Smallwood store and museum. Incredible little find there of a little bit of American history. Look up the story of the killing of Mr. Watson. It's kind of entertaining. But the incredible beauty of the Everglades, I cannot overemphasize. It's just beautiful. And I found it peaceful and tranquil. So thankful for the opportunity to spend the better part of 3 days just riding a motorcycle around, spending time with friends, camping out, and absorbing the culture of the South Florida Everglades area. It was worth it. It was worth that long ride.
Here we are, Loop Road, right off the Tamiami Trail. Looks like they've got some Everglades Sportsman Club there on the left, but this is the Loop Road. It's a gravel road that cuts through the Everglades off of 41 and loops right back around into it. We found this on the internet. Oh, well, we got to come look at it, gonna come ride it. Got a little bit of water on either side of us. Signs back there telling us to be prepared for the wildlife and to be observant, So,
a couple things I learned on this trip. Number one, audio-visual equipment, it has a shelf life, and that camera and that microphone is history. Number two, back up all your SD cards, because I lost a tremendous amount of footage. Lesson learned.
So, kind of gonna go slow for a little while just to see if we can see any wildlife. I know the camera's shaking pretty bad. But Patrick's in front of me now. Not even actually how sure this road, how long it is, but we're definitely out in the Everglades.
While riding the Loop Road and enduring the bad audio and visual, we got some good footage of some alligators. Stopped and we were discussing who was going to wrestle this little guy here, but neither one of us wanted any part of it. I dang sure didn't. But it was amazing how many alligators that we actually did see. I stopped and made some videos, of course, which I lost, and we got separated by a few miles there for a little while, but It was incredible the amount of alligators that we've seen on this road. We got to camp 3 nights while we were in the Everglades. 2 nights in different state parks and 1 night there at the Skunk Ape headquarters. And all of the campgrounds were awesome. We enjoyed all the campsites, and we got to meet some interesting folks from all over the world, enjoying the beauty, tranquility of the Everglades. And we got to hear some interesting stories and what they were leaving to enjoy the warmer weather. We had interesting conversations with people from Minnesota. They were telling us how cold and how much snow that was in Minnesota at the moment. But we all were in South Florida for a reason, and that was to enjoy the beautiful warm weather. In our case, we were enjoying it by motorcycle. On this lower end of the Everglades, we made our way to this Long Pine Key campground. It's beautiful. One of the most incredible, clean, well-kept campgrounds, state parks that I've been to. It didn't have all the creature features, but it was incredibly well-kept. But we were making our way to the Flamingo Visitor Center and the Flamingo Campground that day as well. Got to ride that 38 miles back into the Flamingo Campground area, and it's stunning back there. I only wish that I could have seen that 10 years ago when the place was thriving before the hurricane damaged the building, because the parking lot for that place was massive. So you had to know that there was a lot going on and a lot of use being in that building. They said there was a restaurant, museum, visitor center, but here we are riding back towards the Flamingo Visitor Center and seeing the beautiful Everglades. We kept calling it the Serengeti because you could just see out through the plains there a long ways away, and you could see a few trees. And Patrick even made mention, I keep thinking I should see a giraffe out there, but it was most definitely an enjoyable trip, most definitely beautiful. And once again, I am so thankful for the opportunity to witness this place with my own eyes.